What's up guys, it's Bones, and today I just want to give you a few tips and tricks on how to bring your dog into public places. First tip before you go, try to burn off some excess energy with your dog, because if you can get them a little bit worn out before you bring them to places, would just help out so much better. You gotta kind of treat it like a kid in a way, and with kids, you know, you gotta be able to kind of desensitize them to where you're going. So if you can burn some energy, whether that be a quick walk or throw the ball or something for them, that'll help out a lot on your first experience going out into the public with your dog. Next tip, make sure that you start small. You don't have to go to like a huge festival or something crazy like that. You know, try to find a smaller spot, you know, maybe like a brewery, you know, things like that that are really advocates for having dogs around. If you can do that, that'll help you out, just kind of slowly acclimate them into necessarily maybe bigger scenes and situations that you might encounter. Next, I would say if you can bring high value treats. You know, a lot of dogs are very food driven. My dog is especially food driven, and if you've got treats, she definitely enjoys that and has your attention. Also, you know, what I found out with her, you know, every dog is different, but high value toys are definitely something that I always bring with. You know, like her favorite thing is the tennis ball, and if I can bring a tennis ball with, it is her number one favorite thing. She actually enjoys it more than treats, but sometimes bringing toys isn't necessarily practical. But I find that if I brought a ball with to a public place, not necessarily to throw it, but just to have it in her mouth, it comforts her, and it's kind of like a good thing I used when I first started meeting other dogs around her. I could definitely put the ball in her mouth, and she would care more about that than any of the dogs around her or anything like that. So knowing your dog is huge, right? So that's a big thing. If you can understand what your dog is like before you bring them and how they might react to a situation, definitely a big plus. Next tip would be on a leash, right? This is a standard 5 to 6 foot leash here. It's got 2 handles on it. This is what I recommend for bringing your dog out either on walks or into public places, because you're never really gonna use this 6 foot leash part of it. I use the second handle on it, and I keep that in my main dominant hand wherever I bring her. So she's never really going anything farther away from me than this. Whenever I keep her out with me, I keep it close to me at all times. Not necessarily tension on the leash. You don't want to have a lot of tension because dogs can feel that tension through the leash. But I like to keep it loose but short. So with this big tip, just remember, keep it loose and short. I also use a pinch collar on her. This is just because she is a powerful, strong dog. So I keep her on a short leash with a pinch collar, and I keep it high on her neck. This way it keeps me in control of her, and we just make sure that we have a pleasant time when we do go into public. Now, when it comes to meeting people in public, not everybody loves dogs, and you need to know that when you go into a public space. Even if it's dog friendly, not everybody loves dogs. So be respectful of other people, keep your dog at a short leash, and don't force greetings when they come up. Sure, if you want to have your dog be greeted by some people, it's always proper if the other person asks if they can pet your dog. Now, sometimes that's not going to happen. They're just going to go and pet all the time, and you just have to be aware of that. Know your dog's temperament. Know how they might react if somebody comes up to them, whether it be a child or a full adult, male versus female. Every dog reacts differently to different people in different situations. So knowing your dog and how they react is huge first, if you can figure that out. When somebody does pet your dog, or you agree to let them pet your dog, I always find that people tend to go over the top with their hands, like sticking their hands out to pet. And I feel like that is not as inviting as going open hand and just letting the dog smell your hand, or the person that's trying to come up and pet them's hand first. So I always tell people, if they want to pet her, go open hand. She's not an aggressive dog, but she looks aggressive and it might be intimidating to people. So dogs, if you're going over the hand, you know, like they can tend to get kind of fearful and reactive in a way. So if you can go open hand, that's definitely the way I would recommend somebody to pet your dog first, you know. Let them smell their hand. So it's more of a non-threatening way. Watching your dog's body language. Watch if they're panting a lot, if they're licking, if they're avoiding eye contact. Knowing, this is again kind of stemming back to just knowing your dog before you go out there. You know when your dog has had enough and then it's time to go. You know, you don't need to go out there for hours on end. This is meant to be a positive experience. So keep it short. And when you go out, just make it to some place that isn't so crazily overstimulated. Keep it short. You want to end the day on a positive note. So if you can go out to a place even for 10 minutes or maybe 15, 20 minutes, just to get your dog in the rhythm of this is what we do. We go out, we do our tasks, we visit, we do whatever we do. The more you can do that with your dog, the less exciting it'll be for them and the easier it will be to go back and forth doing it over and over again. Another good tip would be like if you can teach your dog the few basic commands like sit, lay down, leave it is definitely a huge one. You know, I try to teach all my dogs, you know, she learned it from when she was a very little puppy, that leave it command, just so that way there's no surprises. She doesn't try to pick up something she shouldn't, whether it be a food that she can't eat or any of that. So if you can teach your dog a few of these basic commands before you go out, you'll have a huge, huge plus ahead of most dog owners that go out. At the end of the day, keep it short. Make sure it comes out a positive experience. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progression. So if you can go out and have a good time with your dog and have it enjoyable and no bad things happen, that's a positive experience. So if you guys like this type of content or you found it helpful, maybe consider subscribing.